Hi, I'm Chris from Gears and Queers.
And I'm Chris from Sparkplug TV.
And this is Fun Girly Car Time.
Hope you keep on serving cunt.
I hope you keep on serving cunt. Oh, wait, did you?
You didn't even know we were recording.
Did you get me chipmunking too?
I thought you were dolphining. Dolphining?
You know, I can see that. I can
Whinnying.
see that.
Whinnying?
That'd be more like a. I'm not even sure.
Mewing?
How.
Are you mewing? That's the thing on TikTok. People are like he's barking or he's mewing.
And what is the distinction? Like if I am as an individual barking, I am like.
I think you're feral for the dick.
But what if I'm mewing?
I think if you're mewing, you're more submissive, in a sense.
Oh,
I think.
Is this like a reboot of Submissive and Breedable?
I don't think it ever went away.
It's like I'm mewing and breedable. I don't like that.
He's mewing. Let me see if I can.
What if we
Google that?
What if we just gave up and devoted our lives to Christ? I think that could be really good for us.
A technique that involves placing the tongue against the roof of the mouth to shape the jawline and face.
Wait,
wait, what?
tongue against roof of mouth.
Tongue against the roof of your mouth.
It does kind of look at that. Look at that.
Well, I am serving cunt with this turtleneck today. This is like the only time I've ever worn anything dress-worthy on the podcast.
I know.
So.
Like, you know what's funny is I am sitting here in this like thrown on like 2008 ass like hoodie situation. I almost just sprung upon you me wearing a wig this episode. I think I should have. I'm actually really regretting that. I think that if I had just
I'm kind of sorry.
No, like if you with your little Spy Kids movie ass villain like haircut situation, and then if I had just shown up like in a wig, like I think that would have been perfect because like neither of us consulted each other.
For the listeners out there, I cut my hair very short. So now we started on a tangent. I haven't even asked you how you are this evening.
Sufficient. How about you?
How's work going?
Adequately.
Okay. How was the weekend? I saw you posted something of some product with your nails and I couldn't remember what it was.
Oh, that was a can of Fix-A-Flat from 1998. So I was.
Oh, that's right. Because then in my head I was like, oh yeah, yet another thing they have like improperly discarded.
Another improper. Okay, wow, drag me. I mean, it's not exactly wrong, but okay. So I was organizing my garage. And I found this it's like some sort of like bag situation, but it was what I used to keep like my like roadside kit in when I had my Jetta and my Scion TC, my first two cars. Yeah. And so I was like, wow, I was like, I still fucking have that. And so I opened it and it had like a 12-volt like emergency flashing light in it. It had a fire extinguisher in it and this Fix-A-Flat. And I think those are from the same period of time, which is to say old.
1997.
98, but who's counting? And it literally had a sticker from the PX, from like the AFES, whatever the fuck, from like being on base, like because my dad was in the army, right? So it was.
Oh yeah.
It was literally like, oh my god, this is almost as old as I am. And why is it here? That means like my parents bought it and kept it and then gave it to me when it was absolutely entirely too old to be used. And then I never got rid of it. So like it is just, and now I'm like, it is just this weirdly preserved poisonous chemical can.
Poisonous relic.
That I'm like, do I
about
like
to shove up your ass?
Yes. Do I like call the police? Like poison control? Like
do you call the police?
Who takes aged chemicals off your hands? I just don't know.
You can go to a dump. We have like, don't you? Isn't that where you dump your oil and stuff? Or do you just
I take it to
irresponsibly go to the river and dump it in the river?
Take it to the parts store like a good person. Except there's entirely too much of it in my house.
Well, we have a that was a joke, by the way. I'm for conserving ecosystems.
Wow, you dump oil in the ocean. What were you saying?
One of our like municipal trash facilities, they have like somewhere where you can dump oil.
Work.
Like I think that's where my dad takes it.
What if your dad's been lying to you this whole time?
Spill it all over the floor. Maybe he.
Your dad's been like, yeah. The dump takes it and then just fucking pours it into a river.
Hypothetically, that would be hilarious, but realistically, my father would never do that. Well, half the reason I'm wearing this turtleneck today is because I am trying on clothes that haven't been seen in any of my TikToks or YouTube videos, or can also fit comfortably with an existing pair of shoes that I have that aren't boots, that aren't going to actually render my feet useless after hour 6 of standing and walking around. So
I am living for this outfit eleganza, reverse engineered from the shoe up.
Yeah. Yes. I started with the shoe, and then I had to do a pant that wasn't that wasn't like God, what do they call them? Water?
High waters?
Knee high? No. Wait, like, why? Girl, what did you say?
You know, like people will say they're high waters if they're too short. I'm like,
high waters. Oh God, I couldn't think of the word.
Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah.
You were like, flood, bitch. Drink a glass of water. Something right.
I have two glasses.
Drink another. Get 3.
Okay, I was trying on pants that didn't look high watery because I have like one pair of khakis that look like I wore them when I was like 20 and like 3 sizes
like
smaller.
In a river with them, you're just like, arr.
Yeah, and like I could wear boots with the pants, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna bring a sawzall with me to also cut my feet off by the end of the day. Because that's what happened to me in DC. I literally didn't get nearly half the amount of content in DC that I wanted to because my feet were killing me.
And you had to sawzall your shoes off.
Mm-hmm.
Could you, instead of boots with the pants...
The house down?
Correct. I was going to say boots with the fur.
I also, girl, we are millennials. We are millennials. Because I was going to say the same thing, but I could hear my little brother in my head being like, I could hear my 20-year-old Gen Z brother being like, millennial pause, millennial this, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to touch on that anyway. You know what I realized just now? I am wearing a radio personality outfit. A turtleneck is like very radio, is it not? I feel like it's very like Frasier radio.
But nobody can see your outfit on the radio.
I know.
No, because we actually, spoiler alert, we have a guest coming on later in the show tonight. You know her, you love her. It's Casey Wright, aka @QueerMechanic. And I don't know why I'm doing this right now because he's not here yet.
That's okay. We can, I mean, it's okay to it's okay to do things. And do you like my Toyota?
For some reason, your video has been consistently like 1/8 of a pixel this evening. I can't quite read what's on it, but it looks like a mountain.
Yes, it's a mountain. It says Toyota on it, and it's got a either a Tundra or Tacoma.
Oh, that's cute.
Can't tell.
Is she one of them? She looks like a stainless girl. I literally can barely tell. I can see like the shape.
You are actually not pixelated, but you did freeze at one point. But you're actually like pretty decent.
Wow. Looking like fuck.
I mean, I wish it was
full
censored.
HD. You. I wish it was censored.
Yeah, me, one
glass.
pixel. I'm just kidding.
You're just like a Pantone color swatch, like
ooh.
P69 Clover.
What? Why is it 69? Wow. All right, let's talk about cars, huh?
Oh my god, cars. Have you done anything fun with a car?
Have I done anything fun and or girly and or car time? You know what? No, it's been pretty subdued lately. I really haven't done much. Although I did play with a Tesla Model X today. I haven't played with one of those in a while. I was photographing it, and
Ooh.
I forgot how quirky that thing is, about how, like, when you have like your key fob in your pocket, it will pop the door open and you can just slide in, press the brake, and then it slams the door. It's so cunty. Like, nobody talks about how cunty that is.
You're talking about the front doors, not the Falcon doors?
Yeah, the front door. The front driver door automatically opens as you walk up to it. And then when you press the brake, it closes it.
That is like cunty sounding, but all I can imagine, given the peerless reliability of Tesla motor products, is that you're like halfway into the driver's seat and he just cleaves your leg off because you're like not fully in the, like, I don't trust it.
Yeah, because wasn't like when BMW first came out with the soft closing doors, didn't they have like a slew of lawsuits because people were getting injured on them?
I cannot speak for that, but where something can go wrong, it will. So I believe
Sure.
it. Yeah.
Sure. I also have been writing some articleianas for Hot Cars.
That word was not in the Bible.
It wasn't. So be it. I hope they keep on serving cunt in the Bible. Yeah, I wrote an article on the BMW 5 Series, the newest 8th generation 5 Series. It's been around since 1972 when the E12 dropped, and it came with a 4 and a 6-cylinder, and they came out with the 6-cylinder a year later, and now they're still featured with similar powertrains, but obviously make a hell of a lot more turbo. I mean, a hell of a lot more power.
Would you say that the 5 Series keeps on serving cunt?
It keeps on serving cunt, and honestly, like, it's serving more cunt, I think, than the 4 Series right now. Because they didn't put those oversized fucking kidney grills on them.
I still, in my head, because I am, stuck perpetually in a decade that isn't this one, I keep thinking of the 3 and 4 Series as one vehicle, which is like not exactly true.
Fair.
But like, I keep forgetting the 4 exists until someone says 4, and I'm like, oh.
But I feel like the 4 became more popular controversially once those new kidney grills came out, and so I think people were buying them more so. I mean, because I feel like I've seen more 4 Series on the road than 3.
Yeah, like, because they definitely have a lot more of that dramatized, like, nostril situation going on, right? So, like, she was the one that was getting maligned in the press.
The 4.
Yes.
But it is interesting. I mean, it is an interesting choice to not put the giant kidney. Yeah, because like the newest 3 Series doesn't have the giant kidney grills either. And the newest 3 Series looks like a 3 Series.
Yeah, they're like, what if we made a car with grills that weren't that?
That weren't grilled, that didn't literally look like you could grill a flank steak on it. Like,
picture it, Sicily. We get the grill from a 4 Series, and we actually turn it into a grill, and we cook flank steak on it. I think that would be really fun.
Honestly, that would keep on serving cunt.
That would be, as the kids say, ticking the talk.
Ticking the talk. Now, now the 5 Series' front grill is a little bit bigger, but it's cunty, and I like it. And they've also included the interaction bar that they had in the 7 Series in the 5 Series. But so it comes with 2 powertrains for the ICE, and then it comes with rear wheel or all-wheel drive, and then it gets 0 to 60. The all-wheel drive 6-cylinder gets 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. And it's got the interaction bar like the 7 Series. I think this is like the 4th time I've said that. And it's also got the new curve display. And iDrive 8.5, and it's also got like game streaming.
You know what
like,
I read?
If you have the i5, sorry, go ahead.
No, finish yours.
All I was gonna say is that if you have the i5 and you're like at a charging station, you can like play Overcooked on your i5 BMW.
That's kind of interesting. That's a feature. What I was going to say is I just read today that BMW has given up specifically on subscription heated seats.
BMW has given up, period.
BMW has given up, and same girl. But no, so apparently, like
that's been a thing that they gave up on.
I think it was announced, and it's like now they're like, okay, we're not doing that again specifically, but they are going to do other things, subscriptions like driving assist and like other things that are very software. But
GM does that.
They were like digging their heels in, girl, on them heated seats. They were like, well, this is why we did it, and this is why it's correct, and blah blah blah. And it's just like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like become such a joke, and this like subscriptionification of everything like in life is
everything's got a paywall,
right? And it's, oh my god, girl, my favorite like real estate news website that I read almost every single day. I go to click on that girl today. Paywall. You have to have a membership. Like it starts at like $6 a month now to read it. And I'm just like, I have been reading you for years. And all of a sudden I just can't one day. That's what a BMW heated seat subscription feels like to me.
Next you're gonna like go buy a BMW and the salesperson is like, oh, and I've got one more prompt.
Not the tip. Not the tip. Girl.
I showed the 15, 18, and 20% tip screen.
Yes, she did. Imagine seeing that on like a gas pump. You want to tip your machine?
Yeah, literally. Anyways, anything going on with iced cars and hot coffee?
Iced cars and
Any
hot
updates?
coffee. Yes. Updates, no. Well, the inaugural Miss Number 1 on March 2nd here in Atlanta. But there actually
the year of our Lord 2024.
The year of our Lord 2024. The second one will be a parallel to the Out Motorsports April Track Cross at Summit Point in West Virginia. That is on a specific set of dates that is not readily coming to mind, but it is, I believe, the first weekend in April. And that will be hot cars. I almost said iced cars and hot coffee. That will be hot cars and iced coffee number 2. That will be the second one. And there'll be a track cross event. You can do like sporty, girly, fun driving, or you can come and hang out and display an automobile. And
can I display my hole?
You know, nobody can stop you. Like
That's
legally,
true.
we can just like look in horror.
No, legally I could be stopped.
I mean, yeah, but no. So display a car, look at some other cars. There's a dinner included. There's touring laps on the track over lunchtime. Not actual track time, but touring laps where you get to see it and drive on it in your car. And it should be a fun, girly time. Miss Kluver, I believe I have bullied you into attending at least one of these events. So you might be able to meet or kiki with both of us at one or more of them
Simultaneously. And will I be wearing this turtleneck? Probably not, because I keep looking at how ridiculous I look on camera in this thing. I look so ridiculous.
No, don't. You look like you know what? You look like an Italian greyhound.
I will take that.
You like those dogs just always look so.
They're so funny.
Yeah.
I love them. I love dogs. But I love cats more, don't I, Nina? All right, we are going to take a very quick breakiana as we wait for our guest of honoriana, Casey Wright. And we will be Casey Wright back after these messages.
Oh my god! Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Is this fun daddy car time?
No, you're in the wrong place.
It is now.
This is fun girly
How y'all doing?
time.
Oh, we're good. How are you?
I'm very well. Just got here in the nick of time. You know I can't ever be on time anywhere, so this is a nice exception.
You are perfectly on time. It is 8:30 on the dot, and I'm opening mail.
It's kind of hard to be late to this. No, I don't know.
Now,
Oh, wait, no, I've been late to this. Never mind.
I've been late like every time.
Yeah, that's true.
So what have you two been up to?
Oh my god.
Serving cunt.
Serving
That's nothing new.
pussy.
Yeah. I for some reason I got dressed up tonight. I never get dressed up on these things, but I also have been trying on clothes to wear. Yeah, I know, specifically for you. And
Thank you.
also because I'm going to Chicago tomorrow for the auto show, so I was like trying on my best dressed stuff.
Okay,
So.
real talk. Is there anything that you can think of at that Chicago Auto Show that's going to be worth anything? Like, when was the last time we got excited for a car?
The Buick
Not
Envista.
a very long time. Okay, well, I don't know. All I know is that I'm going to get a lot of views from the Ford Explorer, so.
With her ugly front end.
Is it any different than how it's always been?
It's different plus.
Exterior. It's different plus.
Are we officially on? Are we doing this now?
Yeah, I think we can count this as on. Do you want to introduce our guest, Chris?
Well, we are back from our very short commercial break. Thank you, Miss Kluver. And as we said earlier, tonight we have the one, the only, the inimitable, that was a big word, Casey Wright, one of my close girlies, here with us on Fun Girly Car Time. Welcome, Casey.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. It only took an extraordinary amount of blackmail and rallying troops to come together and send you hate mail.
You know, that actually did work. Like, I got several direct messages being like...
I did too.
being like, could you please have Casey on the pod? He's like really fun and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I know him. Yes, I will have him on the pod. Like, I'm over here feeling like you like made these people think I hate you. And I'm like, no, he's my girly. Like...
Never mind the fact we've gone on countless adventures and our best buds.
Yes.
Yeah, no. I just stir in the pot. Listen, some of us just have to stir the pot.
She's a pot stirrer.
Honestly, look, I live for fake drama. So I don't live for real drama, but I do live for fake drama.
Preach.
It's the best kind.
Well, so I appreciate it.
But yeah, no, I'm absolutely ecstatic to finally long time listener, first time caller, and
Hi.
Very excited to finally get to hang out with you two.
I love that line.
Long time listener, first time caller. Oh my god.
How someone hasn't used that yet is beyond me.
Honestly. Well, Miss Casey, what are you up to these days? I imagine you are balls deep in an MGA.
Yeah, no, and honestly, this has been going really well. I can never say that about any other car.
I feel like we need to sage or something. Yes. Please tell us the goss.
So this is a car made in 1961 by the British.
I'm scared.
So it's already fairly communistic, right?
Yes.
All the parts are made from the finest Bovril, boiled down and just smelted into metal. It has no reason to exist still to this day. And the car has sat since 1994 in a Philadelphia carriage house.
Elegant.
And would you like to know what it took to get this car running?
I actually desperately want to. You have this now. You got it from Philadelphia, Miss Carriage House, and you've got her now in Georgia, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So tell us. Yeah. What has she taken? You have it running. Is that what you said?
It runs.
Wow. Okay. Yes. How did we get there?
So this is mythical. It's never happened to me before. I put a battery in it and I put gas in it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
This car hasn't run in 30 years. I put premium.
That was the
and
trick.
A battery.
That was the trick. Are you fucking kidding me? Is that literally it?
That was it. That's all I did.
You deserve that.
How many? Why is it two colors?
So
I think I know the answer to this one. Casey, please tell us.
The previous owner of the...
actually... Wait, before you answer that, though, this is like the coolest MG I've ever seen, though.
They're very sleek. Not mine, but in general, they're very sleek.
But so wait,
And-
how is it 2 colors? I'm sorry.
So the previous owner must have been my father, and I wasn't aware of it, nor was he, because he did everything as it's just good enough. He bought the
Okay.
car in 68 or 69 as his high school college car and drove it for like 10 years, and the car completely rusted away because Philadelphia.
Sure.
Just one day, he walked out on the street and realized it was 4 wheels and a steering wheel, and the body was gone.
I'm obsessed.
And he was like, well, I should probably buy another car. No, that's what a sensible person would have done. He found a wrecked one and put the 2 bodies together to make one car. Now, the fun thing is, and viewers at home, please look up this car. The front end is white. The back half is black. It's split completely in half. Would you like to guess which one is the original?
I want to say the back half because it doesn't. I feel like that would be harder.
Right.
Well, is it?
Am I right?
I want to say front half because like that's the engine-y bits.
Okay, so Landry, you think the white's the original, right?
Sure, yeah.
Kluver, final guesses?
She's going back half. She's a bottom.
Yeah, I'm going back half. What'd you say?
Nothing.
The white's the original.
I'm literally the editor.
What is it, Casey? What is it? Which is the original side?
Oh,
Well, no, I'm more enthralled about the whole bottom thing.
I called
now.
you a bottom, Kluver. That's what I did.
Oh, you called me a bottom.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's new?
Yeah, eyebrow raised. Yeah. Mhm.
No, the white's the original part. The whole back half of the car, the dashboard, the floors, the doors, the rear quarter panel, that's from a different car.
Hell yeah.
He, in his broke ass college ways, was like, oh, this car was wrecked in the front. I'll just take everything from the front back and put it on this car so I have a running driving car.
You said dashboard back?
Yeah.
So literally like the engine
Yes.
and like the hood and the fenders.
Is the original to the car.
That's like almost the exact opposite of what you would think. Like if one of like, you know, if my car's engine blew up and I needed to repair it, I don't think I would take every single other piece of the car and then put it onto an engine. You know, like that's that. It sounds like whomever had your MGA. That's the correct word, right? Like that's the correct model.
Yeah.
Okay, correct. Thank God. I'm like, what if I've been saying this wrong the whole time?
I wouldn't even get involved in anything like this. I would just buy a new car.
Is that the wrong thing to do? I don't think so.
Kluver would buy a new car every time it ran out of gas if he could. Let's be real. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yes, well, you know, ever since they stopped pumping the gas for us, I can't say that she's wrong.
I do want to actually touch on a little full circle moment here because we always talk on this podcast, Deanna, about how I am a purveyor and solicitor of elderly vehicles, and Miss Kluver is very much the not, right? But we must acknowledge Miss Casey right here. I credit with giving me a expanded appreciation of elderly vehicles to include American and British elderly vehicles. I really did not have an appreciation why can't I say that word? Appreciation for American cars. I was into European cars. I don't really know anything about Jaguars and them old fangled British cars. But no, like when I met you, Casey, like I was very much in my ways, like your girl loves her Hondas, your girl loves her Mercedes Benzes, and you were like, let me show you a Buick.
Was it the Riviera that I had that might have turned the tide a little bit?
The one that had the horns on the hood was a Riviera?
Yes. Fat Elvis.
Yes. I knew you had a name for that car. I just couldn't remember it. That one really did. Like, I know that you were like not so thrilled with that car because it had more rust than you thought it did, but like it drove so nice. It was like personification of like your uncle that chain smokes too much.
This guy, like, if the car was a personality, they would still play craps.
What year was that car? What year was that one?
That was an 81. That was an 81 Buick Riviera with the 5-liter, most anemic V8 you could have possibly have made.
It was
And
engine.
the car, it was giving engine.
Yes, but no, it was in good mechanical shape, right? Like everything else was fine.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I was driving it one day. I really didn't have to do anything mechanical to it. And one day, after a year of me owning it, the water pump just decided to give out. And, honestly, American quality's really gone downhill. 40 years and the original water pump just gives out like that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, what the hell? You and water pumps, though.
No kidding.
Wasn't it that what you had to do that van?
I really like this boat tail one. This one's hot.
Was it a 73 is what I'm seeing?
It's a 73 Riviera.
That's pretty hot.
Yeah, so they did that from 70 to 73. And the 71, I think, was probably the most sought after because they had little check marks, like little breather things in the rear deck lid. And to people that care about them, they care about that.
Wow.
But yeah.
And then this is the modern one.
Okay, but I love those. That because you could get that with the 3800 supercharged, right?
Yeah. And so
you get that with a supercharger?
Yes, bitch.
Bro, they were quick.
Wow.
They were.
That's like
they
mid-90s?
had no business. I think they stopped making them in like 99 or something like that. But from like 94, 95 to like 99. But yeah, by the end,
my trypophobia can't do this interior. Too many holes. I don't like all these holes in the interior. That's too much. No.
He's the only hole.
I don't like tiny small. I don't.
Competition?
I don't No.
Are you threatened?
Wow.
I feel threatened as a hole in the interior of the 90s Buick Riviera.
There are so many leather holes. I don't know what to do.
There's so many leathery holes.
I also was scouring. Speaking of horny on Maine, I was looking at your Instagram and I can't find that picture of you tweaking your nipple. What happened to that?
Oh my god.
But we should still be on there unless Instagram had enough of me.
Is that the one you're laying on like a what the fuck vehicle was that? A Land Rover?
Oh yeah, you were like naked on something.
Oh, I was naked on a Land Rover.
I was right. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That sentence was not in the Bible.
Naked on a Land Rover, honey.
I actually did an OnlyFans shoot with a friend. Wait,
actually?
Yeah, he's got an OnlyFans.
So
wow.
Are you back into the illicit photography business?
These car parts won't pay for themselves.
Honey.
That's so true.
How much did the tires alone cost on your Mercedes?
Well, I didn't pay for them.
How much would your tires have cost?
Probably like $1,200.
Do you know how much ass I would sell to get tires like that? I would show whole. I unabashedly.
You heard it here first, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. Whole in exchange for tires.
My 41 Ford needs new tires. So
years ago, Casey, wasn't there a video or two of you on Pornhub?
Many.
So you are an established sex worker, and we do stand sex workers on this podcast.
If I have to have a laurel and a title, then yes.
Well, she's giving Renaissance woman, right? So she's like, yeah, girl, I can adjust your points on your little silly British motor. I can resurrect a 1941 Ford Super Deluxe. I can show whole and hog on the internet. It's really giving like a full complement of talents, honestly.
Landry, I want to confess to you. I had a 68 Chevrolet C10 that was paid for entirely from dick videos.
That
is incredible.
That is perfect. I think that's
from Pornhub?
Through Pornhub? Through ad revenue.
I bought a Chevy truck with dick money. That is the episode title.
I bought a Chevy truck with dick money, with Pornhub money.
Pornhub is banned in my... For the record.
It's what?
For the record, it was not a nice truck.
Pornhub is banned in my state right now.
In the state of North Carolina?
North Carolina, yes, they have effectively Pornhub has decided to cut ties with North Carolina because of certain laws that they're trying to pass here. I don't want to get into the political side of it, but I have to I'm like slumming it right now.
She can't get her rocks off, and that's because of politics. Thanks,
Clearly, you have
Obama.
to settle for the real thing now.
Yeah, she's just on sniffies, barking up every tree she sees.
My hoeing days are over, though, so it's true.
I thought the same for me.
Her hoeing days are over, she says, for the 36th time.
Get off my
this
channel.
month.
How many times has that actually been the headliner of your podcast episodes?
We've
Never.
we've each at least. English is so hard for me today. We've each said that before, and hoeing
That's
is
true.
cyclical. Hoeing is like the seasons. You know, it's like fads when they pass. It's like why mullets, they came and went again. Everything old is new again. Hoeing will be new again. But I digress.
Well, when it rains, it pours, and it's not raining right now. So,
Well, you ever heard the song "It's Raining Pennies from Heaven"?
No.
That's probably. Oh my God, I'm so much older than you two. Really?
No.
How old are you?
87.
That's not true.
Clearly.
I'm 91.
Clearly. Look it up. It's a song you'll hate. It's an old song. It doesn't have any electro anything in it.
Wait, can we yassify it? Can we do like a gay dance remix of pennies?
If you want to ruin it for me, be my guest. Just take everything from me, all right?
We'll do that. We'll put a body kit on a Buick.
Wait a second. I'm still stuck on the fact that you bought a car from Pornhub revenue. I love that.
There was a fair bit of it was through ad revenue because I had a channel at the time. Mm-hmm. And there were private videos. So that really, more than anything.
What year was it? Did you already say what year this truck was?
68. Yeah, it was a straight 6 with a 3 on the tree manual.
Wow.
And it was $1,500. So now you know how much I was worth.
Your penis videos were worth at least $1,500 in this good Christian economy.
Collectively, yeah. But COVID was good to me.
You know, it was not good to many people, but I was so glad that in that one specific circumstance that it paid out.
Amen.
Miss Casey, I want to ask you, what vehicles do you presently own? I know you've had many over the years, but I don't think I could recall all of your current fleet.
Yeah, what do you like daily?
So it's a revolving door that it depends on the weather and how I feel and how much gas is in each tank. But it goes from the 88 Jaguar, I still drive it quite a lot. When it's running the 90 Buick Riata, I drive that quite a lot. The 93 Corolla station wagon, one of my more infamous cars.
Oh,
Miss Eternal.
I love that.
It's tragic looking. A friend of mine actually called the car disgusting looking the other day without just
that's so rude.
Not pulling back at all. There's the 92.
Oh, wait
Miata.
a second. I've seen that one. That one is funny looking.
It's hard to look at sometimes.
Honey, enough about my dating life.
It's like 17 colors, Chris. Don't look at me like that. It's like
it's
8
like
colors
2
on
colors.
it.
So there's the 93 Corolla wagon, and then I bought an 06 Mazda 6 wagon.
Which has been a
Then,
nightmare.
oh, yeah, okay.
A horrible car. I actually couldn't give it away. I called up a friend of mine in desperate need of a car, and I said, it's yours free. You can have it. It has these problems. And he said, I don't want to have something that's going to cost me money like that.
Damn.
Do you think NPR wouldn't even take it?
Those are just the cars that I drive on the regular, and then the '96 Ford E150 camper van I've really taken a liking to, and it's really fun to drive. I think those are all the ones that I drive on the regular, but the cars that do not move quite as often is the 41 Ford Super Deluxe. You haven't driven it yet, but you've ridden it.
No, I have ridden in it. We were putting her around the shop.
Yeah. Really love that car. Then there's the Edsels car.
Oh my God.
the 61 MGA. There's the 72 MGB, the 70 El Camino, the 64 Spitfire that's got the Corvette drivetrain in it.
Yes.
I think that's it.
At least for the moment.
I've done good. I actually almost bought a truck last week, and I didn't.
And she abstained.
It's difficult.
Can y'all shut up for a second and recognize my astonishment?
What are you
at
astonished
this right
about?
now? I am like, you have so many cars. I mean, like, do you have insurance on all of these cars? I mean, like, what? How much is your insurance?
Not as much as you'd think. The most expensive insurance payment I have is that stupid Mazda wagon.
It would be that bitch.
I hate it.
What are her current problems?
So I've narrowed it down to vague ones. The sunroof won't open because it's an aftermarket sunroof that someone installed improperly, so the electrics don't work, and I can't seem to open it, which normally wouldn't be a problem because I could overlook that. However, the drains are clogged, and they ran the drains, at least one of them, directly through the fuse box.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So one day when I was driving to work, I was driving with puddles in my floorboard, and the hazards wouldn't turn off because it had seeped itself into the fuse box and had connected power in a relay.
You need to just park this car somewhere with the keys in it and like the signed title and just let God take over.
There's I took it on a road trip Sunday, spitefully. I drove it 6 hours and roughly 400 miles with the intentions of me leaving it on the side of the road because it was going to fail me.
And it just didn't.
It spitefully did just great. It came home.
It was like, no, please keep me.
That car.
I hate that car.
It's a gorgeous car. It's a weird spec, right? Like you don't see many of those Mazda 6 wagons. She's got Ms. V6. She's got the 6-speed auto. Like it's an interesting car, but you just have nightmare after nightmare with this thing that are like, I remember like several problems ago telling you like, oh girl, well you probably have it all figured out now, right? And then it's like 6 new problems showed up that are like weird freaking like just crazy things. Like I can't believe it.
I actually Cameron Scusa is one of my best friends. He actually pulled me aside the other day. We were having dinner together, and he says, as a friend, I have to tell you, you need to sell the car. You've become an asshole. And I said, I'm sorry. And he goes, that car has turned you into an absolute asshole. And you're constantly mad. Aww. Anytime you're anywhere around it, you're mean to me. You're mean to everyone else. That car is pristine. It has possessed you. It needs to go, or else I will kill it myself. Now that's friendship.
That is friendship. That is powerful. Wow. It's hard to see how something can affect you so deeply. And like, this was a car you intended to drive every day, right? Like you intended this to be your daily driver.
I bought it to replace this Corolla station wagon.
You know what? We can trace it back to the Corolla. The Corolla is somehow manipulating the Mazda into failure.
I had bought a Subaru Outback wagon to replace the Corolla, and it too was crap. But that was to be expected for what it was. But still, the Corolla will outlive us all.
Honestly, at this point, like, I can't remember. I feel like you told me that the Corolla potentially needed a new engine to be good. Is that what you told me?
Do you know, I've been driving it around for 2 years now with the blown head gasket.
And she's fine. She didn't need coolant or oil.
It burps coolant out every once in a while. I just put it back in and she's good to go.
This sounds like...
So do
I. You know what car you didn't mention?
That I have?
Uh-huh.
What?
The Miata.
I think I did.
Did you?
Yeah, that's the... Might have. I glazed over it really quickly.
We'll find out in editing. What was I about to say? I don't remember.
I'll find out in editing.
Casey, was there anything that you were like explicitly wanting to say tonight, just so we make sure that we cover it before we'll probably wrap up in like the next 10 minutes?
No, not really. I just wanted to hang out with you guys.
Oh, so sweet.
Well, okay. I guess I have a question on like my brain is starting to turn on again. I have a question about Like, so I also looked at your Instagram bio. So you do content for Out Motorsports and Chris?
Yeah, I double dip a little bit.
She's a shared asset.
Interesting. Do you also want to edit my videos?
that's implying you entrust my editing skills, which is
Well,
I'm sure I've seen yours. Yours is much better.
Well, thank you. I need to outsource my editing because I'm like, that's not why I asked though, but
Casey has
I'm
written.
doing terrible at this.
Casey has written for gearsandqueers.com. Casey has appeared in videos for Gears and Queers on Instagram and YouTube. But also you've contributed to Out Motorsports in at least written format before, correct?
Yeah, I actually wrote a lot of articles for Out Motorsports, and I'm going to brag for just a second because it's something that I am very proud of. My articles were among some of the most popular things that ever happened on Out Motorsports, at least back when I was writing them. And that wasn't because the cars that I was writing about were particularly interesting, I don't think. Chris, and this is mudslinging at you, but I think I wrote about your car, did I not? Or no, I wrote about Wesley's Honda, which is very similar to yours.
Yes.
But the one thing that I like to focus on with the car community is why a car is special. And you can have a Honda like yours, which everybody had one. And realistically, it's not going to set the world on fire. But there's things about that car that just so deeply goes to your core as to resonates why it's a special car and something that's still celebrated today. And that's something I always wrote about. And I still am very passionate about is that, so like Kluver, your BMW Z3, I was completely infatuated with. It was the most gorgeous color I've ever seen on that car. And I wanted to sit down and talk to you one-on-one about it because I know how that car made you feel. And how that car made you feel when you drove it is what made it special. Not because it was a one of X amount, not because it had this horsepower, which I think it actually had the smaller engine in it, the smaller 6-cylinder, right?
It was a 4-cylinder, wasn't it?
4-cylinder.
But was it 4-cylinder?
The 1.9.
But, while people are so quick to go, oh, I don't want a Challenger unless it's a 6.2 liter, that's not what makes the car special. What makes the car special is the person driving it. And I loved writing about that because it was their connection to the car that made that car special. And that's one thing that I just love about this community.
Well, I definitely did get a lot of comments being like, you're a car enthusiast and you drive a pickup truck and a small, 4-cylinder Z3. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry I don't have a Speciale. Like, I'm sorry I don't have a fucking Aventador. Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, but you don't need a car like that. That's what Casey's saying, right?
And I've also seen like I'm agreeing with that point because especially like on certain videos that I've had with you, Landry, where people will be like, "Oh, you're a car enthusiast. You have 6 Accords." Like, people think that you have to have like I don't know, something that's like $200,000 with 200,000 horsepower. So it's just,
it's like such a narrow-minded perspective, right? What were you about to say, Casey?
We could list a million different people that come to mind that have found the beauty in these oddball cars, and they don't love it because it's odd, but they love it because it means something to them. So, like, remember, Dylan, our friend Dylan, he's got the Vigors. Yes. I have the. He drove from wherever the heck he lives, hundreds and hundreds of miles to my backyard, basically, to buy another one. And that car now will forever have a memory with me because I had a great time with him and Vigors, which I never really saw before. But because of him and his passion, and he races that thing too, or at least one of them. And that car will forever be special to me because it means something to him, so much so that he'll go across the world for it. The same thing with your Honda and your former Z3.
I feel like
Yeah.
what we're circling around too is like what I was talking about earlier, Casey, with you like broadening my appreciation for cars, because like I didn't necessarily have those like connections. My parents had a 93 Plymouth Voyager. It caught fire, the transmission exploded. It was bad. It was hit by a garbage truck, like not good. That car
God.
did it in for my parents with American cars, right? And so like I just did not have that experience growing up. And so I like meeting you and like the people you've introduced me to and like expanding these appreciations to these other vehicles. Like you're saying, it's like it's the people, it's the memories, it's the experiences. It's not so much the car. Because like if you remember, we were at that Y2K 80s, 90s, and 2000s car show together. The Riata was parked right next to my 1990 Honda Accord. And to this day, like I still maintain that that is the car. I've had other cars more expensive, more unique, more rare. None of them get the attention that the 1990 Accord does, because people be like, my mom had one of these, my uncle, I had one, like my dog had one. Like it's literally like a universal experience and like a shared experience, right? And so I don't know, it's just like even with canines, dogs love the CB7 Accord. So like, yeah, it's there's so much more to automotive enthusiasm than Kluver, like you were saying. Like it doesn't have to be like some exotic or something like super rare, or even I feel like it gets thrown out as like sports cars. Like that's the only valued form of automotive enthusiasm. And I'm here to say no.
Literally, like I love the subtle nuances of certain cars that, you know, other cars don't have, right? I mean, like, you know, yeah, my truck might not be, it's not a sleeper by any means, but that thing gets up and fucking goes, right? And like, you know, it doesn't have a single safety feature except for an airbag probably. And like, but it rides like an SUV, and it's like, but it tows like probably better than a fucking Tundra. So, you know, for what it is, I mean, you know, and it sits up kind of like its ass is up, like, and so I'm, you know, me and that truck have something in common.
That's, they say dogs look like their owners, trucks look like their owners.
That explains so much for the Carolina squat.
Wait, that's the other way.
Wouldn't that be reversed, I guess?
That's like when you're kneeling to like,
No.
You know.
I think our generation of car enthusiasts is really on point and more honest than ever, because, you know, with like caffeine and octane shows and cars and coffee and stuff like that, you can have a Ferrari 512 Testarossa sitting next to an Isuzu Axiom or whatever it is, and the Isuzu is going to get
Spy
more attention
Kids, again,
because
that was in Spy Kids,
right?
Yeah.
I would lose my mind if I saw one. Ferrari, nah, it's just traffic. But in the Isuzu, hey, you don't see that every day.
Casey, I'm not sure if I've ever even sent you this picture, but my old job, I had to street park, and there was somebody who lived on that street that had a black Isuzu Axiom that I saw almost every single day. And literally, that was like a 2002 model, like early aughts, and it looked like fresh. Like, never mind the fact that it had like a 4-speed, some sort of GM glass transmission that was awful, but like it was so, I mean, they plucked like the concept car and just put it on the assembly line and said, have fun with it.
The early 2000s were wild for that sort of design too.
I totally forgot about this, but yes, oh my god, I totally remember this. Yeah, because what I was thinking of was that Suzuki with the spare tire on the back that it was like melded into the body.
That was the Isuzu. That was an Isuzu Vehicross. Yeah,
Vehicross. Oh yeah. Oh god, that is my favorite. That is my favorite.
I know someone
Isuzu.
who is not a car person who bought one of those in the last couple of years when they needed a car, and I'm like, you bought a what? Like, and like, it just appealed to them, and they saw it for sale, and they bought it, and I'm like,
now isn't the best thing ever? Like when a non-car enthusiast buys something that is just mind-blowingly awesome.
What were you going to say, Miss Kluver?
I was just going to say, it's so interesting how boring the interior is, though, for how crazy the outside looks. I've never actually seen the interior of one until I Googled it.
I want to say those They may have had the same engine or similar engines, but I want to say those were one of the first direct injected mass produced engines. Like in those Isuzus. Like it was strangely early direct injection for the mass market. Like it just for no reason.
It's too new for me to know anything.
Well,
Yes.
is it okay if we wrap up? Because I have to go. As much as I would love to continue this, I have to keep.
That's okay, Miss Girl. You
packing
don't want
and
to take us
stuff.
out?
Yes. Well, Casey, thank you very much for coming on and talking about your abundance of vehicles. I did not expect you. I thought you had like one or two.
I should.
You have 100. You should. Maybe you should. But yeah, thanks for coming on and espousing your knowledge on that stuff. And yeah, we've had fun.
Yes, thank you, Miss Girl.
Miss Clover, Miss Landry, thank you so very much
Thank
for
you,
having
Miss
me this
Girl.
evening.
Love and cherish you.
And we're gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching Fun Girly Car Time. We have new episodes out hopefully every Monday at 9 a.m. Our home platform is Spotify. Please don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on there. And if you feel so inclined, do please give us some contributions. You can contribute 99 cents a month, $4.99 a month, or $9.99 a month. There is no contract and you can cancel it at any time. And special shout out to our YouTube listeners and watchers. I wore this turtleneck for you today. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on there. We're available on everything else other than Spotify as well. I'm not going to list them out. Thank you again, Casey, for being our guest of honor. And good night. Chris, do you have anything to say?
No. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.